This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. I'm Hal Mayer. If you would like to understand the agenda of the New World Order, just listen to the speeches that U.S. President Obama and Pope Francis gave to the United Nations. While most people focused on the speech Mr. Obama gave to the opening session of the United Nations 70th General Assembly on September 28, most people missed his speech the day before at the same world body on September 27. The speech was for the closing session of the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit. Sustainable development is simply about global government. It creates the ability for the United Nations to control every resource in the interests of environmentalism and gives the excuse for world government. In the speech, the President affirmed the utopian plan to transform the world through the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which is dubbed as a plan to end poverty, fight inequality and injustice, and tackle climate change by 2030. This is a resurrection of the Agenda 21 plan, which was adopted in 1992 by the UN General Assembly. Agenda 2030 greatly expands the goals and aims of Agenda 21 and will increase taxes, accelerate wealth redistribution, and make people less free, including the poorest in the world. Rarely do proponents of more centralized government achieve the lofty aims they use in making their case. And so today, we commit ourselves to new sustainable development goals, including our goal of ending extreme poverty in our world, said U.S. President Obama during his speech. On Friday, September 25, Pope Francis spoke for the opening session of the 2030 Agenda Summit and called on the nations of the world to act to protect the environment and promote sustainable development. The adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development at the World Summit, which opens today, is an important sign of hope. I am similarly confident that the Paris Conference on Climate Change will secure fundamental and effective agreements, Francis said. 3 times in his speech, the Pope mentioned sustainable development. Obviously, the President and the Pope have a similar vision for global governance. Are they collaborating? Papal influence over the United States in areas in which there is common understanding provides opportunities for synergy. It also extends U.S. leaders an irresistible opportunity to increase their global stature in collaboration with the Vatican. Claiming that Agenda 2030 is a bold new global agenda to end poverty by 2030 and pursue a sustainable future, the historic UN adoption of Agenda 2030 was met with a thunderous standing ovation, a UN statement noted. Ushering in a new era of national action and international cooperation, the new agenda commits every country to take an array of actions that would not only address the root causes of poverty, but would also increase economic growth and prosperity and meet people's health, education, and social needs while protecting the environment, the UN said. Almost the first words out of Pope Francis' mouth when arriving in the United States, in particular as he addressed the President at the White House, he addressed the issue of collaboration. Mr. President, I find it encouraging that you are proposing an initiative for reducing air pollution, the Pope said. Accepting the urgency, it seems clear to me also that climate change is a problem which can no longer be left to our future generation. We still have time to make the change needed to bring about a sustainable and integral development, for we know that things can change. All the world wondered after the beast, Revelation 13, verse 3. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.